Welcome to Cosmo Talks. I'm Petra. In this episode, we explore the day-night rhythm of your microbiome and how you can be a good host to your microorganisms, because together you form a fascinating ecosystem. And when the interaction is right, when the crosstalk runs smoothly, you flourish. We know our body has a biological clock. We wake up in the morning, we get sleepy in the evening. Hormones peak and dip at predictable times. But what if I told you your microbiome also has a clock? That certain bacteria are more active during the day, others at night. That the composition of your gut population literally changes depending on the time. And that when you eat is sometimes more important than what you eat? Today, you'll discover why timing is everything and why your microbiome falters when you disrupt your rhythm. With nutrition, we mostly focus on content. How many calories, which macros, which nutrients. Timing is, at most, a footnote. Eat regularly. Don't skip breakfast. Don't eat too late. Vague guidelines without much urgency. But for your microbiome, timing isn't secondary. It's primary. Your gut bacteria don't operate in a vacuum. They respond to signals, and one of the most important signals is when food arrives. That timing synchronizes their activity. It determines which bacteria become active, which metabolites are produced, and how efficiently everything is processed. Disrupted timing is, for your microbiome, what jet lag is for you. Confusion, inefficiency, and consequences you only notice later. In 2014, researchers from the Weizmann Institute published a study that changed everything. They discovered that the mouse microbiome wasn't stable throughout the day, but oscillated rhythmically. Certain bacterial strains peaked during the day, others at night. The total composition shifted with the clock. That wasn't all. When the mice were fed at irregular times, the equivalent of nighttime snacking or chaotic meal times, that oscillation disappeared. The microbiome lost its rhythm, and the mice developed metabolic problems, weight gain, glucose intolerance, fatty liver disease. In humans, we see the same pattern. Shift workers, people who work night shifts, have a higher risk of metabolic disorders, cardiovascular problems, and mood disorders. For a long time, we thought this was due to sleep deprivation alone, but now we know their microbiome gets disrupted too. When you eat against your biological clock, you force your microbiome to be active at times when it should be resting. Bacteria that normally repair at night are forced to work. Bacteria that process food during the day are activated when the body should be sleeping. The result, inefficient digestion, disrupted metabolite production, and a gut that never fully recovers. Interestingly, your microbiome also influences your clock. Certain metabolites your gut bacteria produce, especially short-chain fatty acids, have a direct influence on your central biological clock in the brain. The communication is reciprocal. Your clock guides your microbiome guides your clock, and if either one falters, the other follows. At Cosmo Group, we saw this pattern strongly in people with irregular life rhythms, entrepreneurs who work and eat late into the evening, young parents whose nights are interrupted, frequent travelers constantly jumping through time zones. Their complaints seemed unrelated on the surface: fatigue, weight fluctuations, concentration problems, variable bowel movements. But the microbiome analyses showed a common pattern: loss of circadian structure. The normal day-night variation in bacterial populations was flattened. Certain strains that should peak at night were continuously low. production of nighttime repair metabolites was reduced. A case that stays with me, a consultant, early 30s, who averaged 6 flights a month. She called herself a professional jet lagger, almost proud as if it were a badge of honor. Her microbiome was chronically synchronized with nothing really. It had no rhythm left. We didn't give her a complicated protocol. We did one thing. We asked her to, regardless of time zone, eat within the same 8-hour window, breakfast and dinner at fixed local times, no snacking outside that window. After 3 months, her diversity had increased. Her energy level was more stable. She called it the end of permanent jet lag. Her diet hadn't changed, only the timing. The aha moment when you eat is a signal. It's not just fuel entering your gut, it's information. It tells your microbiome, now is the time to be active, now is the time to process, now is the time to produce certain substances. If those signals are chaotic, today at 7, tomorrow at 10, the day after not at all, then your microbiome loses its way. It can't plan, it can't prepare, it's constantly improvising, and improvising is energetically expensive. It costs resources that would otherwise go to recovery. Consistency and timing is one of the cheapest and most powerful interventions you can make for your gut. No supplements, no special foods, just eat at predictable times. Your microbiome loves routine. Give it that routine. This week, create an eating window. Choose a window of 10 to 12 hours within which all your meals and snacks fall. For example, from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening, or from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., whatever fits your life. Outside that window, no calories, only water or tea without anything added. This isn't fasting for weight loss. This is timing for your microbiome. You're giving your gut a predictable pattern and every night an uninterrupted recovery period. Keep it up for 7 days. Notice what changes: energy, sleep, gut feeling. This was Cosmo Talks. Health emerges in connection, not in isolation. Your body isn't a machine, but a living system. Taking charge starts with looking consciously. Want to be part of a community of like-minded people? Visit cosmogroup.eu. Until next time.